Hi, I'm Judy Morano and welcome to the show. Today we have Stephanie Rubino, the Executive Director of Spotlight Arts with us. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So I've been hearing your name a lot around town. You've got a lot going on, so we want to talk about what you're doing and get people excited about all the stuff that's going on. A little bit about you first. You grew up in Brewster.
Born and raised in Brewster. I went to Brewster High School. That is where my passion for theater and music and the arts began. And then I went on to college. I went to the University of Miami for musical theater and continued studying there. And then I came back. And after getting a lot of good experience down there, between the program down there at my school and Florida Grand Opera and doing some theater management, I brought it back up here and started,
Was your intention to always come back to New York?
It was, to come back to New York. My intention at first was to perform. I came back, I graduated in 2011 and spent my summer auditioning. And then one opportunity kind of fell in my hands. It was my first directing opportunity right here with Brewster Schools. And from that moment on, I caught this directing bug. And that has, since then, my passion for directing has grown and working with kids. And now that's what kind of led me to where I am today, where I'm working for Brewster Schools. I direct their fall drama and their spring musical each year. And I started my own youth theater company called Spotlight Arts, we've been around for almost 3 years now. So that's kind of what got me to where I am now.
Do you miss performing?
I do. I do perform when I can. I'm still auditioning here and there.
In the city, on Broadway?
In the city. Here and there. I sing when I can at events. I'm still, actively doing that, but my priority is my theater company now, and directing and working with kids.
And do you do all the directing at the theater company?
I don't do all of it. I started out for the past 2 years. I was directing all of the programs, and now...
And you got tired?
Got tired, and also we've grown a lot. So we offer a lot more programs now, so we have a really great team of directors and instructors. Right now, our current main stage director is coming in from the city each day to direct our kids, so we've got a really nice group of
And how are you finding these people? Are they coming to you? Or are you
it's kind of a little bit of both. References that I get from other people that I know in the community and the industry. I also we send out listings through like playbill.com and some other really reputable listings that are used for a lot of city gigs, whether it's on Broadway or off Broadway.
And we're so conveniently located to the cities, and the train is right there, so it makes life a little easier.
So yeah, we've brought in a couple of really great people that are actively working in the industry now, that we're really lucky to have share their knowledge and their passion with our students and our kids.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So when you first thought about theater company, did you always think kids?
I did, because my first directing opportunity was with a group of middle school students. My first show I directed once on this island at Wells Middle School, and
you survived.
And I survived, and I loved it, and I did it for 5 years. And it was great.
It's a
and
tough
within
age for kids.
It is. It's a tough age, but it's secretly my favorite age group because they're just so full of creativity and no reservations, and
they haven't learned to be afraid yet of anything.
Exactly. They haven't developed that high school attitude yet. So
well, they have a middle school attitude, but that's totally different.
Right, totally different. Still workable. But so so I was directing there for about 5 years, and it was directly after my first or second year, I thought, I want to do more of this throughout the year. And that's when I started doing musical theater workshops. I was offering some summer programs at the studio on the corner. And then from there...
And there really wasn't anything around here.
No, nothing.
Other than
there's
some summer
dance
programs,
schools.
there was nothing all year round.
Right, exactly. There are some, there's some dance schools that offer great, dance training. Every kid has, their school that offers, that one show a year pretty much. But besides that, there was nothing. And that's where it started. Was I had a lot of students who, they had their one show with me at the middle school, and the rest of the year they had nothing to do. So that's kind of where it started, was to just give kids in the area more opportunities to work on their craft, to work on their skills, and just, to get up and perform.
Right. And do you do a lot of teaching while you're there? Do you find yourself teaching a lot?
Yeah, we offer weekly classes, we offer master classes, and it's more about just having this final product of a show. Definitely teach them the craft and the skills along the way, and work on not only their singing, their acting, their dancing, developing a character.
All the stuff that they don't really take time to do when you're doing a big school show. That's kind of hard to do because you've got so many kids involved.
Exactly. So that's why we offer classes. That's why we offer master classes, workshops.
So what's the difference between a master's class and a workshop?
So our workshops are more performance-based. They're always working towards putting on a final production, but they're learning new skills while they're at it. A master class that we offer is usually a one-day thing from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we bring in artists, or we teach, with our faculty, we teach as well. We offer directing master classes, comedy master classes, Shakespeare master class we've done, musical theater audition. We also do
really
a headshot day.
That's so cool. A specific skill that you can pick up and take with you.
Right. So it's not just like, come to our theater masterclass. It's something that's a little more specific, where kids can hone in on some more, detailed skills and experience.
Which they're not going to get anywhere else, really.
Unless they go to the city, which, that's, another thing is, there's a lot of programs in the city, but they're expensive, they're far, it's
cost prohibitive, and also, if parents working, how do you get there? You want to send your 10-year-old on a train. It's
nice to have something local for, the kids around here.
So age group-wise, what are we talking about?
Age group, our programs are offered to kids ages 6 and up. We have, our improv classes and our summer camps are for ages, 6 and up. Then our up to most of them are 6 to 14 for like our camps that we offer, which are just like fun, laid back theater camps. Our improv class, and then we offer our intensive musical theater workshops, which is for ages 10 and up. And then we have our main stage program, which is for ages 8 to 22. That's a bigger window.
Wow.
We always have 2 casts. So usually it's a slightly younger cast versus a slightly older cast, or depending on the show, because sometimes there's shows where you have older characters and younger cast characters, so you can have that wide range of kids in one cast.
And are you getting a lot of that college age?
For right now we're doing Hairspray this summer, and we do have a couple of college students in one of our casts playing Corny and Lincoln and Tracy, but the majority of our students are middle school and high school aged, for our main stages especially.
Okay. Right, and you coordinate your main stages and your programs around what's going on at the schools, so you can
I do, so that I can be involved in both, and also the majority of schools kind of have the same spring schedule a bit. Most of the high schools in the area have their shows between March and April, so we try to work around that. So for like our summer main stage, rehearsals start in June, and our show is towards the end of July. We also do a winter main stage, which we kind of fit in between a lot of schools' dramas in the fall and spring musicals in the spring.
Right, to give them something to do in that downtime.
Right.
And now, as far as where you're getting your kids from, are they all from Brewster, Carmel, or
No, we have kids from all over. Originally, it started with a lot of Brewster students,
which is how you start anything in the area.
Which is where I started, and I started bringing a lot of kids in from shows that I was working on with Brewster schools, and then word started to spread and get out, and now we have kids from all over the place, from Dutchess County, Putnam County, Westchester County, Fairfield County. I think our Hairspray cast is made up of kids from over 12 towns or something like that. So we get kids from all over now, which is really exciting.
That to me is huge.
Because there's so much talent around here. And our main stage is one of our more competitive programs because of that, because you have kids coming in from all over to audition, so you're no longer, up against just your own school's talent pool.
Right, the same people you've been up against since you started performing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And are you of the school of thought that everyone gets a part, or you do turn people away?
It depends on the program. So for our main stage, it is by audition only, and we do only, select, kids that fit those characters or that criteria.
That would be life.
It's definitely, our main stage aims to provide a professional experience and give kids a taste of what it's like professionally. Whereas our workshops and our classes, anyone's welcome, no matter what their level, no matter their experience,
and even if there's a show at the end, everybody's involved. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like for our workshop programs, we kind of divide up the cast of characters and distribute the solos and the speaking lines so that, you know, if there's a kid who's really shy, they still get a featured role that maybe doesn't have as many lines. So we try to cater to the student, and we kind of just place them where we see is best fit for the student.
And so students don't feel that, you know, if I didn't get a lead one time, I'm never going to get a lead. That doesn't work that way.
No.
It's all by show.
Yep, exactly.
You know, because things can get cliquey and fun in the theater business. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, working with kids. I work with kids daily. That's what I do. I'm sure there are moments where you think, what was I thinking?
Yeah. I have definitely developed a patience that I've never had before. It comes with the job. But
and you're dealing with, you know, ego and really self-esteem issues. I mean, you could crush a kid if you're not careful, you know. There's a lot going on there in that age group, especially. You chose the most difficult age group to work with, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
They're developing into the people they want to be. They're trying to figure out who they are, and they're going to remember you.
Yeah.
You're going to have. They're going to be sitting here 20 years from now, going, "Yeah, well, Stephanie Rubino, she was the woman who made me want to be in theater."
Or the opposite. The one who made me not want to do
made me
anything,
want to
which
go
I
to
hope is never
baseball,
the
right?
case. I hope that's not the case. But yeah, I mean, I think each age group has their own benefits. You know, I love working with the younger kids in like our musical theater weekly classes, where I work with, you know, our like 6 to 10-year-olds, and they're lovely to work with. Our middle schoolers, they're just spunky and fun and full of energy and just want to get on stage. Whereas, you know, our high schoolers, they you can work more detailed with them. You can challenge them and challenge yourself as a director. So they each kind of have their own appeal when it comes to directing and working with them. So I enjoy it all. I mean, yeah, you've got, you know, some kids that, you know, really test your patience. Really, yeah, I've had some rough days. The chatter is definitely hard to deal with sometimes.
But you come with a smile on every day, because I've seen you do it, and you come in every day with that
Right.
kind of energy and that excitement, and they have to feed off of that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of we have our moments within rehearsals, but or within our programs. But every day that I go into work is fun. You know, whether I'm having a stressful day or a hard day, I just walk into the door and know these kids are going to put a smile on my face and remind me why I love theater and why I love directing and doing what I'm doing.
Right. So, most unusual story. You have one of those crazy stories, like a kid walked off stage to go get a phone call. I mean, you have any of those crazy stories?
We once, oh my goodness, we never use this venue ever again after this because it was so hot and there was no air conditioning and we had a student faint. That was probably the craziest, most bizarre moment.
On
and then
stage?
after that, yes. And then after that, we never again.
Never again?
Everything must be air conditioned. So that was probably the craziest, most bizarre moment of.
And did the show go on?
The show went on. The show must always go on. But I can't say that we really have had anything more, you know, bizarre besides that. Luckily.
Funniest moment?
Funniest moment. There's too many to count. We have a blast in all of our rehearsals and our shows. I don't know if I can pick one off the top of my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself laughing a lot?
Oh, yeah, a lot. Last year I went through some really tough times personally, some difficult stuff with my family, and I looked forward to going back to work every day because these kids they're so full of life and so full of passion and they're really funny. A lot of these kids are so funny that they brighten my day. They bring a smile to the whole production team. We just have a blast.
Now, are a lot of your kids going on to study musical theater?
Definitely a few have. We are still quite new, so we haven't had too many seniors yet. One of our students, I'm very proud to say, is in one of the top programs in the country at NYU for musical theater.
Wow.
We're very proud of him. And he actually came back to do Hairspray. And we've had some students go on for vocal performance, music education. So yeah, they're definitely, getting out there and continuing to do music and theater. It's great. And we have a lot of kids currently in high school and middle school right now that are so talented. So it's definitely rewarding to see them progress and improve over the years and get really, really good. So
Good Brewster or good good?
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
One of our students, she's in Hairspray. She was in Mary Poppins over this past spring, which was the musical I did at Brewster High School, and we just had the Metropolitan High School Theater Awards, which was on Monday. And we got some great nominations out of 53 schools in the running. We were nominated for Best Overall Production, Best Lead Actress, a bunch of different nominations, and one of our students, Megan Campbell, won Best Lead Actress out of 53 schools for her portrayal of Mary Poppins.
That's huge.
Yeah, really huge. She's
Huge,
playing.
yeah.
She's been a Spotlight Art student for a couple of years now. She's in Hairspray right now, so it's just great to see these kids. You know, they work so hard, they get so good, and it's nice to see them get the recognition.
Yeah, and do you find yourself giving a lot of guidance as they move on, you know, what they should be doing, the direction they should be moving in?
Yeah, we definitely have, we have a strong junior class right now within our clients, and they're starting to prepare for their musical theater auditions for college and stuff.
And do you help people with that?
Yep, I do private voice teaching, so I have quite a few students in that, and try to steer them in the right direction.
And will you do a workshop right around that time for audition workshop to get them ready?
One of our our weekly classes we change up seasonally. So last season it was we did improv and scene study. Another season we did an improv class and a movement for actors class. We've done monologue study. We've done Shakespeare, comedy. So this season we're actually doing a class called The Art of Auditioning. And it's just a full fall season of learning the art of auditioning.
And there is an art form
It
to
is.
that.
It's not the same as performing, and a lot of kids don't understand that. And you know, being behind the casting table, you see, you know, what students, you know, have prepared really well, what students don't really know how, you know, there's some students that just don't know
Who are
how to
super
audition.
talented but can't audition.
They're super talented, but they don't know how to prepare for an audition. They don't know how to put a resume together. These are all things that can help them, you know, really find success in the future. And auditioning is a type of thing where the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Do you ever feel like you're on like American Idol sitting behind the table though, and just sometimes go?
No, I actually, I love it and hate it because I love each of my students so much. And so being behind that table gives them this awkward pressure to perform in front of me, which.
And you want to kind of just go in there and help them. You
Right.
want to kind of go,
exactly.
Let me fix that for
I know,
you.
and I remind them, we want you to do well. You know, we want to see you do well. Don't forget that. But yeah, it's very interesting to be behind the table and then, you know, versus, you know, directing in a show and whatnot. So.
And how do you handle parents? I mean, you're dealing with kids, but I know parents play a huge role in this. There are a lot of stage moms and stage dads, and how do we handle that?
It's tough sometimes because, I mean, I totally get it. You know, you want to see your child, you know, do really well and succeed, and you always want your child to get a great role or the best role.
Right.
And so that's definitely one of the more challenging parts of my job is you know, breaking it down to them. You know, sometimes it's not about your child. It's not about their talent. It's not. Yeah, they're great, but at the end of the day, it's how well do they fit this character. You have to do what's in the best interest of the show.
That's really life.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you want to go into this business, you need to know that you're not going to be perfect for every job.
And it's a tough business out there. And you know, as much as and of course we want our students to have fun and get great experience, but you know, especially for our main stage program, you know, there's also a reality to it that you're not always going to get the role that you want.
I think that's a great life lesson.
More often than not, you know?
And, you know, and you find even in the schools, there's a lot of everyone included, and everybody gets an A, and everybody's wonderful. And I think that's so great that you're bringing in real life experiences because they need that. Yeah. Everybody needs a little humility and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Humility is important and unfortunately very vital in this industry.
Yeah.
Because you're going to face disappointment way more than you're going to face.
Yeah, and it's never too early to learn that, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, so you started at 6 years old. I want to go back to that for a minute. What are the criteria for a 6-year-old? Do I need to know how to read? Do I need to know how to
Knowing
dance?
how to read is a plus, but we know 6 is young.
It's really young, yeah.
So we have great instructors that work with our students and do some sort of, they don't have to know how to read. We do some repeat after me type of things to help them with memorization. So you don't need to have any criteria besides an open mind and
That's great.
and a willingness to have fun. That's really, you know, all a child needs to enjoy our programs. And there's for our summer camps especially, we offer 4 different weeks. 2 are theater camps and 2 are our intensive musical theater programs, which is for ages 10 and up. But for the camps, they're ages 6 and up. The kids come in, and day one, our instructors place them in roles that they think would be the best for them to handle throughout the week, and they just roll with it and have fun with it.
That's true.
And they get solos and speaking lines and little roles in different shows. It's like a cabaret style week where they put up like a cabaret set for their family and friends by the end of the week. So it's fun.
Okay. So it's 6 is a good age to start.
I think so. That's where we kind of start the limit of the age
And what
limit.
about vocally? I mean, you know, boys especially, I'm thinking their voices change. When is a good time to start that? When do you want to start really, you know, really training vocally as...
So I offer private voice lessons outside of Spotlight Arts, so we don't actually offer voice lessons through Spotlight Arts, but I mean, age 6 is a great place to start musical theater, to get your feet wet in acting, singing, and dancing. I personally think that for girls, you know, waiting until maybe 9 or 10 years old to start private voice lessons is a good place. Boys, the same thing, but boys are different because their voice is going to change a ton. But I think that's the best place to start. I don't think it's too early or too late then. And we are offering now acting coaching in the fall too, so that's something new. So we are offering private one-on-one type of coaching in some way where they can work on monologue pieces, commercial sides, prepare for an upcoming audition.
That's great.
Yeah.
God, you're all inclusive right now.
We're expanding. We started off just doing, you know, these workshops, and then since then, what else can we offer to these kids?
I think it's such
area?
a great service, though. I mean, it really is putting you on the map, and it's putting this area on the map, which is great. And when our theater opens upstairs, hopefully you'll be up there doing your thing.
We'll be the first ones in line. Sign us up.
So now, personally, do you continue to educate yourself? Do you take directing classes? What do you do to keep your feet wet and in the...
One of my favorite, and this is also a student program, one of my favorite programs to attend is the NISTEA conference, which is once a year in January, and they offer like over 100 different workshops where that students take, but that you know, teachers can sit in on, and it's just a great place to collaborate and connect and network with other theater educators in the area, brush up your own skills. I also, every once in a while, take an acting class in the city because you can always learn something. And you should always learn something.
Absolutely.
I'm still taking voice lessons. You know, it's important for me to not feel like I'm getting, you know, kind of stale or plateauing with my own work. So I, you know, and I use that as an example to my students all the time. Some of them say, oh, I don't need to take classes anymore. I just want to perform.
I'm done. Right. I'm done now.
You can always take classes. You can always learn. And that's what makes you a better performer.
Right.
You keep learning.
Right. Right. Now, if you had a dream role to play, if you could play any role, like sky's the limit, you pick it, what is it?
Oh, man. I have so many.
Okay, give me the top 3.
Top 3. Oh goodness. Well, ever since I was younger, I mean, I've loved Les Mis. I would take any role in Les Mis.
Okay. I'm not picky. I'll take anything.
I would say I've always wanted to play Elphaba in Wicked. Oh geez. But then the legit soprano inside me has always wanted to play Julie in Carousel, or I love Rodgers and Hammerstein. Oh my gosh. I have a very long list.
You do.
But yeah, I still definitely have a huge passion for performing.
And do you think you'll ever go back and...
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, when I dove into Spotlight Arts, it kind of, you know, it stopped me from auditioning a lot, and I still have that passion. So now that, you know, we've got more instructors coming in and directors, I'm hoping it gives me a chance to start auditioning more, and I think it, you know, is also important too to kind of go back and forth. For the sake of my theater company, it's important to show my kids, hey, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Right. I'm not just teaching you guys. Right. You know, I'm doing this too, and then I can be pulling my knowledge and my skills and experience.
And I think it also makes you a little more compassionate to the whole interview, the whole process. When you're going through it, it's easy to get jaded when you're sitting behind the table. It's much better when you're actually feeling the same anxieties and animosities.
Exactly. And I've had my very fair share of successful and unsuccessful auditions, so I definitely feel for my kids in those audition rooms.
Yeah.
So
no horror stories though.
No horror stories, thank God.
Good. Good.
But Yeah.
So tell me, okay, we're going to see what's going on this summer. Just give me a highlight of the breakdown, what the camps are for, who's doing what, and how we get involved if we haven't already.
So our big main event of the summer is our main stage Hairspray, which we're in rehearsals for now. And the shows are on July 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Brewster High School's Performing Arts Center.
Great. And how many people are involved in the cast?
There are over 50 kids involved in the cast.
You can't keep a bottle of Advil close by.
Lots of coffee. But yeah, they're really, really talented. 2 separate casts.
Okay.
There's 2 shows on Saturday, and it's going to be a blast. You can buy tickets online if you'd like to go see it at our website, www.spotlightartsinc.com. So, and seating is reserved. So,
Okay, so you definitely want to get your seat and come.
Tickets are already selling. So if you want to come see the show, get a
Hairspray
ticket
is
now.
one of my favorite shows. It's such a fun show.
So fun, and right now it's a really great message.
Yeah, it is.
So we're very excited, and so that's our main stage. And then we have 4 different summer day session program sessions. So our theater camps, which are more laid back, lighthearted theater fun for ages 6 and up. We have 2 sessions. One is called Heroes and Villains, and it's a themed week of different scenes and songs of from a hero and villain perspective. From different,
give me some
think like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, or Jafar from Aladdin, or I don't know why I've got just Disney stuck in my head, but yeah, it's
But it's
kind
not
of,
just Disney.
It's not just Disney. We also have some fun scenes, like comic scenes. So we're bringing in some comic book characters.
Oh, how
so
fun.
it should be a really fun week for that.
And that runs from when to when?
From Monday, July 10th through 14th. Monday, July 10th through Friday, July 14th.
Okay.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day at the studio around the corner.
Okay.
And Thursday, they put up a nice little cabaret show for their families and friends, which is free for anyone to attend. And then July 24th through 28th is our second theater camp for ages 6 and up, and that's called Broadway Kids. And it's a themed week of songs sung and acted out and danced out for kids by kids.
Great.
So, you know, stuff from Matilda, Annie, Oliver, all of your, your favorite classics, but they're actual kid roles. So that'll be a blast that week. And then we have our intensives. We're doing Bye Bye Birdie and High School Musical this summer. So the kids, it's a 5-day program again, Monday through Friday. July 31st to August 4th is Bye Bye Birdie, and they rehearse throughout the week. And on day 5, they have their dress rehearsals and then a full performance in full costume, scenery, professional lighting, and sound. So it's a very intensive but fun week. And then August, I can't remember the date, 7th through 11th, I want to say. Yeah, the week directly after, 7th through 11th, is High School Musical. Same type of setup. So
Terrific. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot going on.
We do.
You have 0 free time.
Nope.
You're doing phenomenal things in the community. We are so grateful to have you, and I'm so grateful that you're part of Studio Around the Corner. You're bringing in wonderful kids, and it's expanding our programming as well. If you need more information on Spotlight Arts, it's spotlightartsinc.com. And of course, you can always go to the website at the theater, which is now Cultural Arts